Your weekend starts here. Hy's as 'n naweek enige iets bedoel vir jou. Julle weet mos ek het gesê ons as ek hier af nou gaan moet ek weer gaan werk somewhere else. En weekends is wanneer ek werk, né? So daar's nie 'n weekend vir my. Public holidays is a foreign concept. Totally a foreign concept. But hulle sê ons moet hustle, die kinders moet eet. And as promised, we have in studio some guests, and this is the Beehive Culture Works that presents a local production, goes by the name of Mense, Phola, Hier, aka Van Alles. And we have two gentlemen in studio this morning, and they're going to be sharing more information with regards to this production. Neo and Prince, good morning and welcome to Sunny Side Up.
Good morning.
Thanks. Good morning and thanks for having us.
So you are local natives from Kliptown, Eldorado Park, am I correct?
I'm actually from Kliptown.
Okay.
And now it's from Pimble.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's just on the other side of the country club.
Yeah, but also I'm originally from the Free State. Though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
originally from the Free State. I'm just based in Pimble because of work.
Okay, so can you maybe just give us more information with regards to this production? Number one, the Beehive Culture Works. What is that all about?
Yeah. So the Beehive Cultural Works is a collective of filmmakers. We've been in Kliptown since 2015,
Okay.
and in 2022, then 2021 we started then branching out into Eldos also. But even though in 2015 when we were in Kliptown, just working in Kliptown, we've been working with people from Eldos, from actors, from musicians. You know, we've been working with people from Eldos since 2015.
Okay, now, so before we get into this particular production, earlier off air we just had a discussion, and you mentioned that you, seeing that you guys have been operating in Kliptown and Eldos since 2015, you've obviously worked on other productions before this one. Can you maybe tell us a bit more about those?
Yeah. So the first production that we did was a short film called Dimatras. Yes, it was a film that we called Dimatras. And after the success of Dimatras and showcasing it at the Sansuzi, we had a screening at Sansuzi, and it played for 20 minutes, and we had an experience that we've never had before, whereby people asked the movie to be played again, you know, because they couldn't believe it. They saw themselves on the screen, they saw their neighbors on the screen, people that they know, that they see every day on the big screen. You know, we had to repeat it, and then after that they were like, no guys, this movie is too short, we need something long. You know, and then that turned into the second film, which is the name of that is it's called The Beehive.
Okay.
Yeah, so The Beehive was our second film, which was a feature film, which was longer, 1 hour and 40 minutes.
All right.
And from that also, we then decided that we need to now venture into a third one. So this is a collective of 3 films. It's a sequel. So
Okay.
Dimatras was the first one, then The Beehive the second one. Now we're doing Mense, Phola, Hier, which is the third one, which is the third and final part of the installment.
Okay, so in other words, the storyline continues right from the first installment, Dimatras, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you give us a bit more information around the actual storyline?
The new storyline.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't want to give out the story that much.
We
but
don't want to give away too much.
Yeah. But what I can say is that these are stories that we can relate to. These are stories that we know, that we live, we see every day. You know, like for example, the movie is it's a feature film, 2 hours that consists of 4 short films. So within the 2 hours, there's four short films that you get to experience.
Right.
And one of the short films is the story of Dada and Zozo. Now, Dada and Zozo are these 2 homeless couple that are living in this abandoned building illegally, and we just see them go through their everyday lives trying to make it, you know, and they love each other, and Dada is pregnant also, they're about to have a kid, and they're just going through the struggles of everyday life and trying to navigate. But the beauty about them is that it's the love that we see, you know what I mean? Because most of the time we don't really appreciate love like that, and we wanted, like, yes, these are people in the street and whatever, but they still love in the street, you know. And most of the time we like to make it seem like love is only found in Santin, you know, in glamorous places, but no, actually, even in the streets, there are people that are living in the streets but love each other, and Dada and Zozo are just a reflection of that.
Ah, that's good, man. So we spoke earlier, and remember we mentioned yesterday, I think it was on Tuesday, was it Tuesday, Wednesday? International Day of the Mother Tongue.
Yes.
And it's really so sad that in this day and age there is really not full representation of people's cultures and in particular their languages. There's the assumption that yes, colored people predominantly speak Afrikaans, and if you listen to the type of Afrikaans that is portrayed whenever a colored person is on national television, it is jou sewende land die Afrikaans. Jy moet daai Afrikaans praat wat die wit man praat. And by no means are we discounting that, because we know that in certain parts of our country there are colored folk who speak like that, right? But the Afrikaans language, when it comes to the group of colored people, it's that diverse. Different accents, different parts of the country will have different accents and different twists on different dialects. So, I said that it's sad that, for as long as I can remember, never has there been a true reflection, especially of colored people in, say, Gauteng. Communities like Eldorado Park, like Noordgesig, Riverlee, Innerdale, and Eden Park, and whatever. So, are you looking at maybe bringing across that, I don't know, sort of a look and feel in terms of this is the reality of how it is on the ground? This is how people speak on the ground. I don't care if you have to put in a whole lot of subtitles for someone who does not understand, for them to read, but to be authentic in that way, so that the true message, and people, like you said, the relatability of it is so important, that people can relate to the story and relate to the characters.
Basically, man, if you look at when we did the first movie that was Dimatras,
yes,
and when it was screened at St. Susie, the ruins of St. Susie, I mean, the response was remarkable, because like Neo said, people could identify with what they saw on the screen.
Yes.
And also the issues that were explored were issues from the immediate community.
Yes, yes.
Because, I mean, for me, because we actually co-wrote the script.
Okay.
Yeah, it's to capture what people say in the community.
Exactly.
You go around, you observe what people say, and people say things in a sort of very colorful manner.
Yes.
So you want to capture that, and yeah, like I said, this is how we express ourselves in the community. And yeah, and it is basically, it was done for the people of Kliptown.
Yeah.
And like you said, I mean, from region to region, people in the Noordskap speaks a certain Afrikaans.
Yes.
People in Cape Town speak a certain Afrikaans, and we can't even relate to
some of what they say.
Some of what they are saying.
Yeah.
And we are in Gauteng. There's a certain Afrikaans that is being spoken as well, and that is what we wanted to capture in the movie.
Yeah.
And we also, because we are working with people from the immediate area as well.
Yeah, so the authenticity of it is vitally important, I think, just for credibility, so that when people watch the production, that they can truly relate. Yes, Prince?
Yeah,
I mean,
because like language is identity.
Yeah.
Language is identity, that's how people identify you, and with Dimatras went to Italy. It was showcased in Italy, right? And when it played in Italy, the room was full of Italians, right? But they translated it in subtitles to their language.
Yeah.
It still played in Afrikaans, and it was translated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that, because every day on TV we also watch movies from other countries, and they subtitles. So we need to also be proud of our languages and not shy away from our languages, because we don't want to have subtitles. No, we must put our languages out there, because that's how people identify us.
That's true. That's so true. And I think at the end of the day, to remain true to oneself is not to compromise on certain things. You would get that, and I don't know if you've experienced this, that in the industry there are so-called industry professionals who think they have the formula, and they would want to force that down, impose it on you, to say you need to do it this way in order for it to. I think for them it comes to the bottom line, which is the profit line at the end of it. But they don't understand, and this is just my 2 cents on this, they don't really understand the importance of being true to yourself. Tell the story like it is. Gentlemen, so I think the important thing is for us to get to the crux of it, why we are here today. There is a call for auditions. Can you tell us more about the call for auditions for this particular production?
Yeah. So tomorrow at Push in Eldos, we're going to be hosting auditions for the film. So, like I said, the film is a sequel, it's a continuation, but in the new script, there are new characters. There are new characters that we've never established before, we've never seen before. So those are the characters that we need. You know, we're looking at kids, you know, from the ages of 8 to 12. We're looking at male and female adults from the ages from 18 to 65, you know what I mean? Because there are roles there for like a 45-year-old lady, a 50-year-old man. There are roles for almost everyone in the community, you know. And as much as we would like to have everyone on board, but it's always, you know, it's always something that we cannot achieve, but we do have openings. And it's not just also, we're not just here also just for the auditions, but we also want to speak also about because we need to also put together a crew at some point for the film, you know what I mean? And we're obligated by our funders that we must hire within the community, we must hire and train within the community of Eldos and Kliptown. So that's also one of the things that, yes, we're hosting auditions tomorrow, that's important, but we're also looking for young people in the community that we're going to train in departments of camera, lighting, makeup, wardrobe, set designs, you know. So
is there any requirement as far as experience is concerned for anybody who would want to get into the be a part of the production?
No requirements at all. I mean, what we did with the BI the last time is that there was one kid from your area, from Extension 9 that Kyle Swart.
Yes.
Just living across Kliptown High.
Yes.
He came in, wanted to be a filmmaker and asked us to be part of it. He worked with Neo and went and trained, and he qualified last year. Yeah, and also another guy who worked as a security guy but started working on lighting with Neo. He also got work on the rubber.
So absolutely no experience required on this one. You must just have the desire, just the passion to be a part of this and to pursue a career in the industry, and this could well be your in. So just that information once again. The venue for tomorrow's auditions, that is at Push. This is number 1 Boundary Road, the old post office, and that is at from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Adults 18, male and female adults 18 and over, and then kids from the ages of 8 to 12. There is a requirement here that you should prepare a 1-minute speech, and don't forget, with the temperatures being what it is, make sure that you are well hydrated and take a sun hat along. So we can't wait for the finalization of this production. Where will this be screened once the production is completed?
You know, we'll be looking at different spaces. We even had a meeting about this, but Sansuzi definitely, the Go Green area definitely. But we're also looking at having like a road trip, you know, like that's something that has never been done in the film industry, whereby you take a movie on a road trip and you're just stopping at a town and pulling up your banners and showcasing the film and moving to the next town. Because for us, it's to really showcase the film. You know, it's not really, because at the moment also the cinemas are dying in the country. The cinemas are closing. Stekiniko is closing down its cinemas. But we want to keep up the cinema feel, because to go out with your family and enjoy a film,
it's an experience.
It's an experience, you know, and we still want to keep that.
And that is basically our form of distribution, you know. Take it, not only just distributing, but engage with the community where we'll be screening the actual film.
Okay, well, good, man. I'm excited about this one. There has been a number of productions that has come out of Eldorado Park and other areas, other colored areas as well. I must say that I'm quite disappointed that you know, major broadcasters haven't picked some of these productions up, because I think the storyline is so relevant to our people and our communities, the way we live and the way we do things.
Let's speak about that actually, about what you're saying, because what you're saying is so true, because of we do send out our films to these big broadcasters, right? We do. We won't mention names, but we do, and they reject us. and sometimes it feels like we're rejected based on the language, and our Afrikaans maybe is not as clean as the Afrikaans that they want for the TV stations and whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But there's a lot of us artists out here who are putting in the work, and we're just looking for that recognition and we're not getting it, but we're out here putting in the work.
I was saying yesterday, and I mentioned this, I said that, you know, we're going to have to come to a place as a people where we create our own platforms. We create our own. You look at people like Tyler Perry, and you look at BET, the Black Entertainment, what is it called? Black Entertainment
Network.
Yeah. So they basically existed quite simply because of that. There wasn't a box created for them to fit in mainstream media at the time, and they said, well, you know, in order for us to relate our stories the way we want to, let's create our own platform. There'll be no restrictions. No one is going to tell us how to do it. You can't tell a black person how to be a black person and you are not a black person. You can't tell a colored person how to be a colored person and you are not a colored person. So in order for us to, you know, be truly expressive in that regard, I think the only way is going to be for us to create our own platforms.
True.
Gentlemen, is there any final thoughts on this one before we let you go? Any final information that you would like to share if people wanted to get in touch with you? What are the contacts that they need to have?
Yeah, no, definitely. Our social media. You can find us on Instagram at the Beehive Culture Works.
Beehive Culture Works.
Yeah, and Facebook.
Beehive Culture Works everywhere.
Yeah. So on Facebook also
So
Beehive Culture
Beehive
Works.
Culture Works.
Yeah, on everyone.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Is there perhaps a mobile number that you would want to share? Should anybody want to get in touch with you with regards to more information?
Yeah, I think we do have a mobile number. Let me just pull it up. Sorry about that.
Not a stress at all.
Because I think it is important to share this information, you know.
So that is Mense, Phola, Hier, aka Van Alles, and this is a local production right here in Kliptown, and there is a cast call for auditions, people from Eldorado Park to come out and to audition for this one. This will be taking place tomorrow.
Yeah. And can I also just say, just to add in terms of the auditions, because we did ask people to just prepare like a 1-minute speech, and most people are now frustrated. Is it a poem or what? No, it's not a poem. It's just something for us to identify your acting skills. You know what I mean? So it can be anything. It can be a monologue where you're pretending to be having a conversation with someone. It could be funny. It could be serious. And we're also going to have scripts on the day for those that want to maybe read a script and act out that. Will have those scripts printed out also on the day.
Quickly share the number with us.
078
078
794
794
79
7951.
51. Yes.
So that's 078 794 7951 if you want more information with regards to this production as well as the auditions that are taking place tomorrow.
We also like to mention our partners, people that we've worked with,
Yes.
or that have sponsored, like the NLVF.
The presidential scheme, which is also the one that's funding us, and it's important because the presidential scheme is all about creating job employment. You know.
Okay. There
And
we go.
that's film and video department.
Yeah, because we also partnered with vets. We're going to be having vets lectures coming in to host master classes for the crew members, because we understand that the people that we're going to be working with are not people that have been working in the industry, don't have the experience in the industry. So that's why we say it's open. You don't have to have a qualification in the degree in certain thing. It's open, and we're going to hold master classes from lectures from vets.
There you have it. Quite a mixed bag. So make sure that you make your way down to the post office number 1 Boundary. That's at Push Center for these auditions. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. We need to move swiftly along to our Clipper a Day winner. So, what was the correct answer to our question?
The correct answer to our question today is Ada James, the singer, and the track was At Last. Ja, en ons het 3 entrants gehad, correct?
Die mense uitgegooi, né?
Yeah, it was Cindy, Yolanda, and Monica, and we do have our envelope back to announce our Clipper a Day winner.
Okay, so let's open that envelope and let's see who our winner is. The winner for Kliptown Day today, the 23rd of February. It's Friday, by the way, the weekend is Easter.
Oh, yeah.
And the winner is
Yolanda Ferreira, congratulations!
Congratulations, Yolanda. So you need to come through to our studio premises to collect your prize. Please don't forget to bring positive identification. Geen het vir Yolanda die adres daar so.
Ja, as die jou WhatsApp het deurgegaan, Yolanda, it's 14 Mani Street in Extension 9 at Eldos FM Studios here by the Rock Church. Come between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. weekdays only. And ask for Diana.
Daar sê, so as jy nie in daai timeslot kan kom, moet asseblief nie oor die naweek kom nie, ons gaan jou nie kan help nie. You will have to then report back on Monday's week between the hours of 9 and 4 p.m. En ja nee, hulle sê all good things must come to an end. Dit was 'n heerlike oggend gewees vanoggend hier by Eldos FM, die frequency 87.6 en daar is nog baie wat kom na die Moelis in, saam met hulle dingetjie.